What's up everyone and welcome to the club. In today's video, we're creating a sketch illustration of Kraven the Hunter. For today's lesson, we'll start with this 0.7mm mechanical pencil with a 2B graphite stick. I'm going to start by adding some guidelines in the center of the page to help with the balance and symmetry of our drawing. Let's start by sketching a line coming down the center. So we'll start from the very top. We're just going to lightly work our way down towards the bottom with these short lines. Now we're going to go up to the top and draw another line going across from left to right. Now we're going to use these two lines to help us create a circle along the top of our page. So from that center point, let's move up. It's going to mark off the top of our circle somewhere around here. Let's measure that distance down towards the bottom and do the same thing. Let's repeat that across this horizontal line. So measuring the distance from the center over towards the left and then the right. Now we're going to create a rough circle by connecting the center point of each mark with a curve. So let's start with the top left. And the circle doesn't have to be perfect. We're just using this as a guide. Go back and just smooth this out. Let's go to the side of our circle, add another line coming all the way down towards the bottom. I'm also going to add another line going across the bottom of our circle from left to right. Now with our circle and guides in place, we can start blocking the facial features. Let's start by adding a gap in between the eyes. So from that center line, move over toward the left, draw a straight line going up, draw that same distance over on the right. Now from the bottom, I'm just going to curve the brow. We're going to go up and then bend that out towards the sides. Let's go underneath the brow, draw a straight line going out across the top of the eyelids. And then from the outside, I'm going to curve the eye coming down and then in towards that bottom line. Now from the center, we're going to step all the way down. Just going to mark off the bottom edge of the nose. And then we'll draw a circle along the bottom in the center. On the side of our circle, it's going to flare out the nostrils, going up and out. Bend this up and then in. From the tip of the nose, let's step down, mark off the edge of the mouth with a straight line. Now from here, we're going to add some shape to the outside of the head. Let's start from the bottom of that eye line. Just going to angle the head, coming down and in towards the jaw. And then come down and then in towards the chin. Somewhere around there. Close off the chin with a straight line. Let's go back up and block in the ears. We're going to start on the left, draw a straight line going out, line that up on the right, come straight down the side, angle this down and then in towards the jaw. Let's move to the center of our large circle and draw two angled lines going up along the hairline on the left and right. From the end, we're going to step in, curve the hairline going out and then down towards the ears. Let's go back to the jaw. Draw two straight lines coming down along the inside of the fur collar. And then we'll add a guide for the outside of the collar. Let's start from the left side of the circle, bend this out and then down. Let's go back and add some shape to the mustache and beard. We're going to start from the side of the nostrils, angle this down and out, come down towards the bottom. Now from here, it's going to bend this out and then up towards the outside of the head. Now you want to mark off the corners of the mouth with two short lines. In the center, step down, draw a straight line across the lip. Now from these two marks, we're just going to come down and bend that up underneath the lip. Now that we have a rough sketch, I want to go back and lightly erase some of these guidelines. Now we're going to use this rough sketch as a guide to help us add some more detail and refine the shape. Now I'd like to start with the bottom edge of the brow. So let's start on the left. We're just going to add some shape to that fold. And just work our way across the bottom edge. Going out, and just bending that out towards the side. I'm just going to add some thickness on the top. And just lightly work our way back in. Let's add a couple more folds on the inside. And then working our way around the eyes. Again, just adding a little bit more shape to the eyelid. Also going to add a little fold on the bottom of the eye, a couple little wrinkles on the side. Now we just want to lightly block in the iris. Just going to tuck this up underneath, and we want to get the right positioning first before we get into any more detail. And going down, just working our way across the bottom edge of the nose. Add a little bit of texture on the bottom, and just roughing in the shape of the beard along the outside. I'm just going to roughen a little bit of texture across the side of the hair. Just going to brush this up and then out. And also adding a little bit more volume to the hairline. And from the center, we're just going to add some more texture across the bottom. And going from the outside, working our way in. And now just adding some fur texture along the inside of the collar. And then extending that out along the top. And we don't need to get too detailed at this stage. We're just going to get the right flow and shape. Now I'm just going to roughen that necklace with the bones. And we'll go back and just clean up our drawing one final time before we add some more detail and shading. And now I'm going to switch to my 0.9mm mechanical pencil. Staying with that 2B graphite stick, it's going to add some more contrast and texture. So we're going to start with the bottom edge of the brow, just darkening up the bottom and just feathering that out. And right here, we just want to get the right balance. Also adding a little bit more shading. Darken up the pupil on the inside and the center. And I just want to shade in the inside of the iris, leaving a little bit of a highlight glare along the bottom. And now we're just going to add some texture to the mustache, starting across the top of the mouth. I'm just going to pull this up. going in towards the nose. And then we're going to work our way from the nose coming down. So we get a little bit of a highlight in the center of the mustache. Now going around the perimeter of the beard. And we're just adding that rough texture along the outside. And then going from the top, working our way down. We're going to come back and just fill the inside in after. Now we're just going to darken up the edge of the hairline along the side and just brushing this up and then out. And then going from the outside, working our way in. Now we're just going to do the same across the front of the hairline. You can just darken up the bottom to push it into shadow and adding some texture going up. Now we're going to do the reverse. We're going to start from the top and work our way down. So we get this nice little highlight in the center of the hair. Now for the fur color, I'm going to use my 2mm mechanical pencil and just add some broad strokes and texture. And just like we did with the hair, we're going to work away from the outside coming in. And we don't need to get too detailed. I'm just going to rough this in. And we can go back and just add a little bit more detail along the outside. Now the head's going to cast a shadow across the top of the neck. So it's going to darken up that area in between the chin and the necklace. Also adding a little bit of shadow, just cascading down. And I'm just going to go back and add some more texture and shadows across the face, starting with the cheeks. I'm just enhancing this with a little bit of a glare. Now as we get near the end, we're just going to tighten up our shadows and add a little bit more detail, and always be sure to sign our artwork, and that's pretty much it. There's a sketch portrait illustration of Kraven the Hunter. I hope you enjoyed today's lesson. If you did, please make sure you subscribe because I'm posting new lessons every single week. I want to thank you for watching, and I'll see you again soon.